Hello friends, you are on the Another Space channel. What do we currently know about our system? The 8 planets are joined by the star, and there are a few other objects that cannot be seen with the naked eye. What if something else in our immediate vicinity also deserves more attention? What about a dwarf planet whose mass is 1/3 that of the entire belt of asteroids? Ceres is the second smallest dwarf planet in the solar system, after Hygeia. It used to be the smallest dwarf world in our solar system. Ceres has been discovered by Italian astronomer Giuseppe Piazzi in 1801. It was considered to be a full-fledged world of our solar system for many years. In 2006, this celestial object was finally classified as a small planet. The diameter of the ring is approximately 950 kilometers. Ceres is one of the largest bodies in the belt. In terms of size, it also surpasses the satellites of many giant planets. Enceladus's diameter, for example, is 504 kilometers, which is 2 times smaller. Ceres' mass is almost 32% of the total mass in the belt of the asteroid. This was determined by analyzing the influence of the smaller object on the belt. Ceres' mass can be estimated as follows, or 1.3% of the mass of the Moon. Or else the mass of our world would be 6,000 times smaller. Ceres, which is 3.5x smaller than the Moon in size, has a stark contrast between its masses. The reason is that their chemical compositions are different. Our Moon is mainly made up of hard rocks. Ceres is a small celestial body with a unique spherical form. This shape was formed by its own gravitational force. Ceres is a large asteroid, unlike Pallas and Juno, which are not round. The area of the object is 2,849,631 square kilometers. It is a little bigger than Argentina. Ceres has a unique feature that makes it different from other asteroids. After it assumed a cylindrical shape, gravitational differentiation began to occur in the interior of the object. It's simply a process where heavier rocks are shifted to the core and lighter ones form an outer layer. Ceres were thus given a core of rocky material and a cryomantle consisting of water ice. The mantle has a thickness of 100 kilometers and is responsible for 22–38% of an object's weight, as well as half its volume. It also contains around 200 million cubic kilometers of ice. This is more fresh water than is on Earth. This dwarf planet's formation is discussed. It is believed that the core of Ceres could have heated up due to radioactive decay, the first stage of asteroid life. Some of the ice mantles could have been liquid at the time. The surface appears to be mostly covered in ice or some type of icy surface regolith. Ceres' cryovolcanism is still a question that remains open. According to data collected by Dawn, the largest mountain of Ceres is a cryovolcano. The dwarf planet's geological activity has continued for the past billion years. Ceres could be active at any moment. Ceres appears dim from Earth and its disk is very small. It is because finer details could only be distinguished at the end of the 20th century with the Hubble Space Telescope. On the surface of the asteroid, there are a few dark and light spots that appear to be craters. Piazzi is the brightest of them all. This spot may be a crater that spills some of the icy mantles, or it could show a cryovolcano. The average surface temperature of the object was 167 K or minus 106 degrees Celsius. Thanks to the observations of the dwarf planet in the radio spectrum, Ceres have a smooth surface, as was confirmed. It is not surprising that the icy mantle has a high degree of flexibility. Up until 2015, the telescopic method was the only way to observe Ceres. In January 2014, Herschel's infrared telescope was able to detect water vapor clouds surrounding the object. Ceres is the fourth celestial object in the solar system to have water activity. Enceladus and Europa are the other two. Dawn, the interplanetary space probe that was launched in 2007, marked a new era in studying the dwarf planet. Dawn, after drifting in Vesta's orbit, made friends with Ceres on January 13, 2015. It captured its first detailed images. On the 8th of February, the probe was only 118,000 kilometers from the object and heading towards it with a speed of 360 miles per hour. NASA released detailed images of Pluto on February 18, 25 and March 1, 2015. Two bright white spots can be seen. Later, the spots were identified as being supposedly sodium carbonate, also known as soda. Dawn entered Ceres orbit on the 6th of March and will stay there for 16 months. During this time, it was able to capture images of the white spots that were puzzling. These photos are still the best that we have. The mission of the probe ended on the 30th of June 2016. The data that was sent back to Earth allowed us to estimate the dwarf planet's mass and size. This will also show that there is water ice on Earth's surface. It is possible to find it inside the craters. There are 634 craters of this type in the northern polar area of Ceres. 10 of these contain deposits of bright materials. One of the images has been identified spectroscopically as ice formation. Spectra 2015 showed no water, but revealed the presence of hydroxyl-rich material and a slightly weaker streak ammonium. This is usually ammonia-rich clay, where the water is chemically bound to form hydroxyl. Dawn's data allowed for certain conclusions to be made about the craters. The number of large craters has been smaller than expected. It is logical that the surface will undergo gradual changes. All the studies have shown that water vapor may account for up to 30% of Ceres. The surface composition may also contain a variety of hydrous minerals or substances. Carbonates and clays rich with iron. Ceres don't have any known moons. According to observations made with the Hubble telescope, it's safe to assume that there is no moon. They cannot exceed 20 kilometers in diameter. The history of this object study is not yet over. The Chinese National Space Administration, CNSA, will be launching a new space program in the next decade. The plan is to collect soil samples on the surface of the dwarf planet. Ceres and another large asteroid are often associated. Vesta is the name of this celestial body. It is the largest asteroid known in terms of mass and size. Vesta can be seen clearly from the surface of our planet. Its dimensions are 578 x 570 by 458 kilometers. If it were not so asymmetrical, it would also be classified as a dwarf planet, as it would then be entitled to be called a solar system object according to the updated classification. Vesta, along with Pallas, another large asteroid, has a combined mass that is less than half of Ceres. Vesta weighs 25% more than Pallas. Vesta's surface temperature fluctuates between -3 degc and -106 dgc. Here is a photo of Vesta taken in 2014 by the Curiosity Mars rover. Scientists were puzzled by an object such as Ceres a few decades ago. We can speak today with relative certainty of its chemical composition and makeup and history of formation. What are your thoughts after watching the video? What other objects in our system are you interested to learn about? We'd love to educate you on the various unknown facts that space objects such as these hold. Please subscribe, like, and share our video. The most exciting moments are yet to come. Keep in touch with us.